a Super Mario Brothers movie.
Mario.
And I gotta be honest, guys, all-star cast: Chris Pratt, Seth Rogen, Keegan Michael Key. What is happening? Shane, talk to me.
I'm nervous. I'm having this really hard time of hearing Chris Pratt as Mario. You know, he played Emmett in the Lego movie. That was Chris Pratt's voice.
That's right. Yes.
And so I always picture Mario, you know, and
it's a me, a Mario.
It's a me, Mario, right? So I'm having this like, how is Chris Pratt going to play this? Where is he just going to go straight? You know, hey, I'm Chris Pratt and I'm Mario. Or, you know, you got Charlie Day playing Luigi. So it's like,
oh, Charlie Day?
Yeah, Charlie Day.
How do you? Okay, I gotta complain.
Well,
I'm so mad. This makes my bad. This makes no sense. You list the all-star cast in the headline, right? I know your headline can't be like gigantic. You go Chris Pratt, Anna Taylor-Joy, Keegan Michael Key, Seth Rogen, and you show their pictures.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Charlie Day is in the movie, and you decided that his name wasn't worthy of maybe Chris Pratt. For me, it would have been Chris Pratt,
right?
Charlie Day, Seth Rogen, Keegan Michael Key, like in that order.
Well, yeah, but you know they're not going to do that.
Why?
Well, because you got to have, some diversity in there.
Okay, fine.
So Anna Taylor-Joy is going to have to get the spot because they don't have their,
Then drop Seth Rogen for Charlie Day. Because Charlie Day is so much more respected.
There's no way they're dropping Seth Rogen.
Charlie Day is like the guy when it comes to comedy, man, for the last 5 years.
Jack Black is in this movie.
Jack Black?
Yes.
He didn't make the headline? How does this make any sense?
I'm just saying, he's in the movie. And
that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Well, and it's not really the fault of the movie people. If you want to blame somebody, blame Variety because they wrote the article.
Yeah, no, I am blaming Variety. I'm blaming Variety. Jack Black. It should have been all-star voice cast, Jack Black, and then continue.
Jack Black is playing Bowser.
Jesus, that sounds awesome.
Right? And then you've got Seth Rogen's playing Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
So, kind of. And then you got Keegan Michael Key is playing Toad.
Okay.
Right? And then Chris Pratt's Mario, Charlie Day's Luigi, and of course, Anna Taylor-Joy is playing Princess Peach.
Okay.
Those are the big ones. Fred Armisen, most people don't know him, but he Saturday Night Live alum, Portlandia. He's playing Cranky Kong. So
I am so happy that Charlie Day is playing Luigi. That is,
I mean, but I'm just trying to picture the voice. I mean, it's Charlie Day from
Always Sunny.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. It's perfect. Oh my God, it's so good. I mean, they're gonna have to have some kind of act. They're gonna have to like feign a subtle, at least a subtle Italian accent for this to work, though, right?
It has to, right? There has to be. I mean, they're Italian guys, the characters. Yeah. So there has to be some sort of Italian flavor to what they're saying, right?
Yeah, so right. Let's do the popular line with and without the accent. It's a me, Mario. Right? And now let's do it with Chris Pratt's voice. It's a me, Mario.
And that's gonna be
or in Charlie Day. It's a me.
Well,
Mario, because everything he says has like a question mark at the end of it.
Well, in all fairness, Mario does not have a voice. Okay, and neither does Luigi. As far as the video game standards go,
I guess you're right. The movies, though,
movies they've made, yes, they've.
No, that's not true. No. He does have a voice in Mario Kart. That's where you get the line. It's a me, Mario.
Really? That's from the game?
Yeah.
No, okay, I'm just remembering like the original Super Mario Brothers.
He does say that when you pick him. When you pick him in the, that's all I remember.
I see. Well, that's interesting. Well, here's the thing: the movie is planning to be. We're a little over a year, December 21st, 2022. Universal Pictures. It looks like Nintendo and Universal are co-financing the project.
Oh man, that means that Nintendo has a ton of creative control.
Oh yeah, they do for everything. Nintendo maintains tight control over their product.
That means that might not be a good thing because they don't make movies. And often when you have people that, the owners of IP that are also have that much control of those movies and TV shows tend to not do great because they're not movie makers. That's just a period at the end.
Yeah.
They make video games. Hopefully they can get out of their own way and let Universal do it. Because Universal made the Lego movies, right?
Yes. So Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelinek, excuse me, are directing, and they previously collaborated on the animated series Teen Titans Go and the film Teen Titans Go. The script is from Matthew Fogel, whose credits include Lego Movie 2 and Minions: The Rise of Gru. So you have people who know what they're doing making it.
I actually preferred Lego Movie 2.
You prefer Lego Movie 2 over Lego Movie 1?
Okay, so I liked...
Are we going to have a fight right now?
No, here's the deal. So Lego Movie... The only reason I watched the Lego Movie 2 was because of 1. So, Boom, right there. But as far as like the pop culture entertaining portion of it, where it's like just slamming you with all this awesome pop culture, I think Lego Movie 2 was able to do a lot more of that because it didn't have to set up the premise or anything.
Yeah, but Everything Is Awesome is so much better than This Song Is Going to Get Stuck Inside Your Head.
I'm not critiquing the songs, and I know because if you ever have the pleasure of calling Shane on his phone, the voicemail says everything is awesome.
That's right.
Everything is cool. He loves that song, and so do I.
Yeah.
But I was able to when Lego Movie 2, you just jumped right into the fun. There was no setup. There was no when you first watched Lego Movie, you just wrapping your head around everything took some time.
That's true, but Lego Movie 1 was like The Matrix for me. It was like a groundbreaking movie that of its time. It came out quite a long time ago actually now. And it came out and they used these characters in a way that had never been used before. Told a story like it had never been told before. And so I look at Lego Movie as really one of the great movies.
Well, I think it's genius because of their ability to use this license that they purchased for next to nothing 40 years ago and to make not only movies and TV shows and comic books and video games. You guys, Lego purchased this license for $5,000 in the 80s for these characters. But the license...
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the license was so open-ended because, look, it's a Lego company.
Yeah.
They're not going to make movies. But they did.
That's how Warner lost the deal. You're right.
Yeah, they're not going to make a giant theme park with Batman. Oh, but they did. They're not going to make video games and comic books and action figures. But they did. They got a license for next... The amount of money they spent on license... most of us could afford. And they made billions off of it.
That's true. So the question is will these people be able to do a Super Mario Brothers movie that gives justice to the legacy of this game? Probably the most popular video game franchise of all time.
Yeah, but not for the story. The story was never what made it popular.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Can they create something that will match the size and the strength of this brand? Can they create a story that they can turn this into a franchise with, like Lego Movie?
Yeah, if you asked me 20 years ago, if they when let's say they go, hey man, they're making a Lego Movie, how do you feel about that? I would have said, out of what?
Right.
There's no story. There's not. That sounds horrible. That sounds like that's not even a movie. That sounds like a joke. So, but they pulled it off, and they pulled it off. Not just pulled it off; it was groundbreaking,
Yeah.
right? So now you go, now, can they make a Super Mario Bros. Movie based on nothing, no story, nothing, just characters? Again, well, the guys that did Lego Movie already did that, so I don't see why they can't, honestly. And the voice cast is outstanding. So
Yeah, they did a really good job with it. There are some other video game movies coming up. You've got, of course, Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. That's coming up here in November. Uncharted, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Borderlands. They're making a movie out of that. Beyond Good and Evil, Carmen Sandiego, a Call of Duty. They're doing a Call of Duty film. Doesn't surprise me.
yeah, it's garbage.
There's a lot
It's
of
garbage.
When are they gonna do a Grand Theft Auto movie, bro?
Here's my problem. Yes. First off, why isn't the very first thing on this list Grand Theft Auto? I don't understand that. I mean, like, okay, let's look at this list real quick. So, Take-Two Interactive is the company that owns Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, right? And other movies, other games like Borderlands. So, they're obviously gonna license their IP to make a movie.
Oh yeah.
How is it that no one, like, they didn't get approached for Grand Theft Auto? And you realize Grand Theft Auto, and it's in, like, I think it's in the top 3 of all time grossing games.
100%.
Right up there with Halo. And Red Dead Redemption is not that far behind, bro. Red Dead Redemption 1, 2, and online, first off, has an amazing story. An amazing story. I don't even like campaign games. I only play online games. But those games, I won't play the campaign, but I'll go watch the person on YouTube that, like, played through and set up all the cutscenes, so it's like a story, you know?
Yeah.
I'll go watch that because the story is so good. Same with Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto has this great story already. So even if you didn't want to use the stories they already have, just use the world in general. That, like, whole silly world. Like Free Guy did. Oh my God. Like, how is that not a game, dude? I don't understand how Borderlands is a game before Grand Theft Auto or even Red Dead. You know, I understand Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. They already did that. Okay, it's great. I love Resident Evil movies. Although, I don't know how, you know how I feel about prequels. I'm like, ugh,
Yeah.
I don't care about prequels.
You know what's
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish.
Well, and the thing is also, is it Mila Jovovich?
Yeah.
Mila Jovovich, like, let's say you weren't a Resident Evil fan, but you watched the first Resident movie, like, she blows it away. Like, she just nails it. And yeah, toward the end of that series of movies, it was getting real campy. Like, it was like ridiculous campy. But the first couple ones were outstanding because of that character. Doing a prequel, you better line up an actor that is just gonna blow it away. It better be like The Rock or something. Okay, I need someone with movie franchise steroids if you expect to reboot that franchise. And on Sonic the Hedgehog, the first movie was honestly awesome. It was awesome.
Good. Yeah, it was good.
It was so good. I love Jim Carrey in that role. I love it. I love how when they send him another dimension, it was just like the Sonic dimension. So what you're seeing is in the game, you were seeing like a prequel to like the game's story, which is awesome. It's awesome. But
Totally agree.
Sorry, go ahead. I can talk about every one of these things until the
Forever.
end of time.
I know. I just want to say that at the bottom of this article in Variety, it has a question for it. It says, which of the following casting Super Mario Brothers choices are you most excited to see? And it looks like, believe it or not, amongst all those people, Jack Black as Bowser is the number one people most excited to see.
Yeah. I mean, I hit Charlie Day as Luigi because I know it's going to be awesome. But yeah, I can totally see how cool Jack Black as Bowser would be.
Right? Anything Jack Black's in, he's just too good. But Chris Pratt, he's got this thing in I love Chris Pratt. He's got this thing about him, and this movie is actually, I'm really interested in seeing it. I know we're more than a year away, but this is something I'm really going to enjoy with the kids.
Yeah, and one last thing about this list. Carmen Sandiego. Okay. Look, if you're my age or Shane's age, at some point, you probably got shuffled off to computer lab in elementary, middle school, or high school. And on that old age, ancient computer was a game called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? And you probably have a mental connection to that game, even if you don't totally remember it. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Right? So if you're between like my wife's age, let's say 35 and 50, in that era, almost every school that had a computer lab had this game. It was like the game, that and the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, Oregon Trail is the one I'm waiting for a movie. We didn't have Carmen Sandiego, but we did have Oregon Trail.
You didn't have Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah, I think maybe 45 or 35 to 45 is probably the age.
Okay, well, which is like that's the demographic if you're trying to make money on a movie, right?
That's true.
But yeah, Oregon Trail. I played Oregon Trail and Carmen Sandiego, but I'm 40. My wife remembers Oregon Trail, doesn't remember playing it, but she did play Carmen Sandiego.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's a great idea. But again, just because it's nostalgic, there's no story there. So good luck with that. And the Call of Duty film, they've tried that before, guys. It didn't work. People like playing Call of Duty. There's no real story there to play because it's just like World War II. You can make a much better movie and it doesn't have to be Call of Duty. And last thing, The Division is a great story. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, a garbage franchise. I don't think it's possible to actually make that into anything special. So anyways, go ahead.
No, I line me up for a Grand Theft Auto movie. So the sooner the better. Maybe Take-Two wants to do this Borderlands thing. And then, I probably within the next 5 years, you're going to start seeing Grand Theft Auto movies. They are coming out with a new Grand Theft Auto now. It's just something that's going to be a part of our culture for going forward for a long time.
Are they coming out with Grand Theft Auto now, though?
They are Grand Theft Auto 6.
When was that announced? Because they haven't announced anything yet. As far as
they haven't announced it, but it's definitely in production. That's been discussed.
Yeah, I don't think they're ever going to release Grand Theft Auto 6.
They are. Why not?
I think they're going to continually update Grand Theft Auto Online because it's making them like $4 billion a year.
No, you're right. Grand Theft Auto Online is the way to go. But if they don't upgrade the maps, then they're going to have problems.
Yes. Yeah. What they need to do, in fact, if I was working there, I'd be, listen, let me get out of this screen. I'd be like, listen, Mr. CEO guy. Okay. Yeah, I get it. We're making a ton of money on Grand Theft Auto Online, right? But if you want to keep that money train going, you need to release Grand Theft Auto 6 campaign.
Yeah.
Right? Even if it's not great, but the map needs to be stellar and then incorporate that into GTA O, right? You can make it a DLC that maybe GTO players can buy for $5. But if you bought the actual game 6, it would come as part of it. Something like that. Because listen, I would buy the full game just for the map.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Even if I never even played the campaign, I'd drop $50 on the game itself just to have it in my collection. So that they need to, even if the game's not that good, you just need to update the graphics and the map needs to be updated. If you do that, you can keep that money train going until the end of time.
Yeah, I can see it coming. So curious to see what happens with Super Mario Brothers, the movie. I'm glad they're doing it. It's a franchise that at least it's not another reboot.
So. Right. Lastly too, please God, make it Vegas this time.
What? Oh, Grand Theft Auto?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Dude, we've seen New York, right? We've seen San Francisco. We've seen Los Angeles. We've seen San Diego. Okay, it's got to be either Vegas or Florida, right?
Yeah.
Florida's too close to the other three.
Yeah, I think they've done Vice City, so that was Florida, Miami. So
that was Miami. You're right. So they already did this. They did all those. So Vegas is the only option you have left on the table.
Well, what's cool about Vegas is they could just extend the map because where Los Santos is now, and you have basically San Bernardino or the desert, right? Which you already go into. You just extend that up to Las Vegas.
Oh, then they can open more casinos, which is making them a killing right now.
Right, exactly.
You could say that's a great idea. extend it past the desert area where all the meth heads are in the map.
The meth heads, yeah.
Right? And right into Vegas. You know what's funny is if you ever drive to Vegas from California, there's actually like this really cool spot you can stop at where it has like paintings on the rocks and all that. Looks like aliens on it. Yeah. It's in the game.
It is. You're right.
That is in the game. What Joshua Tree, right? I think
yeah, Joshua Tree. Yeah.
That's in the game. How cool is that? Stop talking about it. Grand Theft Auto is a work of art.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. To see the full conversation, become a member of the Popcast family. Use the link in the description below or go to our channel and click the join button. Select your tier and we'll see you at the next show.